Oh, gosh. Good morning and welcome to my Bajerski YouTube channel. It's a lovely, beautiful, glorious morning. I've got to say, I've got all my heaters on. Outside's pretty cold. I can't show you. Can I show you my... Oh, no, it's in there. I've got like a big woolly hat that I went out and had a morning stroll. Left my phone here for a change. And I was so glad I did because I actually got to see the village in the camera that I don't often use these days, which are these. Click, click. It's such a beautiful camera as well, I forgot. And you know what? It's high resolution. And you know, it lasts forever. And actually, this camera kind of really absorbs the image and you feel it. And it's there forever. I think we often forget that now because we've really dumped our trueness, our power for the black screen. Really, I think we have. I think we've all become addicted. We have. I think we just got to sometimes shake off and remember that. And I'm glad I left my phone because I went, oh, my phone, because I was going to do a little video for Facebook saying good morning. And then I thought, oh, I ain't got my phone. But I didn't feel, oh my God, my arm, it's gone. So many people do. It's like, I forgot my phone. Oh, Jesus, quick, 999, 911, call 911. Let's get back quick. Oh, I've got the phone now, it's okay. Okay, we can go now. It's really got like that, right? And I was really proud of myself because I left the phone and thought, you know what, that's a great thing. Now I can just enjoy my morning without any thought of posting, without any thought of sharing. Just enjoy the moment, you know. Be a little selfish, man. Come on. I haven't stopped working for the past 2 weeks. I might look a little bit tired, guys, but I really have enjoyed the work. We're in transition at the moment. Some lovely things happening. So yeah, I'm working on all these crystals around me. I'll just give you an idea so you can see here. Look, this is a few that I've been working on today. Some beauties, really some beauties. Oh, look, I'll show you. Don't get jealous. Look at these. If I tip them, they'll fall. But you know what they are, guys. You've seen them before. These are my handmade designer special crystals that were made in Palo. So if you look at that one, yeah, blue lace agate, as you can see, and some beautiful lizardite. There you go. Oh, gorgeous! Look at them all. They're so beautiful. Look. Signed by Bajerski. Oh my God. And oh, of course, how can I not mention the most gorgeous bumblebee? Look at them. Aren't they just divine? Look. Yeah. It's a pleasure working with them. I told you before, it doesn't feel like work. So I'm cracking on with them today. Oh, look at these. Look at them. Look. Maricola. They're beautiful. Malachite. Oh, don't do this to me. A bit of Sleeping Beauty. A bit of Sleeping Beauty. Look. Beautiful. Look at these. So you can see can you see? I'm working so lovingly and hard on these, getting them spot on for the next couple of weeks for Christmas. Look at these. Oh, divine. Lovely jubbly. Aren't they gorgeous? Yeah. Little bit of citrine with amethyst goes beautiful. And look at these beauties. Vera Cruz, look at them. Oh, look at this one. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Look at that one. Oh, love it. Look at this one. I'm teasing you because I'm not showing you fully and spending time, but there you go, look. Anyway. So, you've been asking what I'm doing. I've been sending messages out, guys. I'm working so hard, getting everything in order, getting everything right, working on the crystals, working on the energy, working on new crystals. Yeah, it's all good. It's all beautiful. I look around and think, yeah, I'm in no rush. But it's nice that some of you have been sending me messages. I'm waiting for the new crystals to come onto the website. I'm working on it, guys. I can't rush it. It's not what I do. And even if it's after Christmas, you know what? The right moment will come at the right time. Anyway, that's done. What we're going to talk about today. Hi, guys. It's the first morning I've been able to just simply sit down and relax and really, really focus on you guys and feel what you're feeling. And a lot of the times you probably already know this. When I do a video, I don't really know what I'm speaking about, but then all of a sudden, the energy of what you're calling for normally is what I hear, or the spirit world, I believe, the universe, the great universe, this energy then communicates, and for some reason, something just comes out of my mouth, or I'll pick a book up and read a certain sentence, and many of you will say, yes, today's message was very appropriate for me and I needed that. Well, that's confirmation that your guides, if you believe in them, your angels, if you believe in them, whatever you want to call them, to me, it's just our spirit world where we come from, our family in the spirit world. And this topic is a really, really interesting topic for me because we can't see them. A lot of people cannot digest that truth. Yet they can't explain why, for certain reasons, they end up in a certain place, or how they've been saved by a certain circumstance, or something's happened that made them think, wow, that was lucky. we turn the word lucky into a word that just dispels synchronicity, spirit's helping hand, because that is my definition. If I was to define synchronicity in the English book dictionary, it would be spirit's helping hand. But of course, we hijack words and we just use them, and then certain words are just, I don't know, like hijacked really. And it's really sad. It's really sad that we can't embrace the magic that is around us, and the fact that science and our mainstream thinking tells us that if it's not tangible, if we don't see it, then it doesn't exist. It's not real. Isn't that really sad? Isn't it sad that magic has disappeared, that our belief system is so low, so sad. And you know when you go to the cinemas and you watch a magical movie and your heart just goes up? You know why that happens? When you see something and you see the magic that's happening, when you watch something that is beyond what science says, it's because you feel the truth. You know it's real and it exists. And over time, you start to realize that these things on Hollywood and things like that, what you watch, a lot of the times when you look back over time, you see that a lot of these things are actually coming out to play. And more now, we're starting to see the films which are kind of like, whoa, this is a bit scary, because could that happen? And like the transformation of humanity to artificial intelligence, it's really interesting. We talked about this a few years ago, if you remember. And more, we're starting to see it. It's starting to happen. We're being chipped. They're telling us that very soon we will be hooked up onto a huge computer in our brain. So basically, we don't need to think anymore. The computer will do it for us. And so many people will be queuing up for that. So many people will be queuing up for it because people are tired of thinking and feeling, and you can understand why, because life is awful, but yet those very people who are making this happen are making life awful, so you do buy into it. And when you wake up to that, you realize, wow, we're living in such an illusion of, I guess, darkness, if we put it that way. And the darkness is really manipulating, and it tries its best to change us. I kind of feel a lot of the times I'd love to explain how the world has become. It used to be a beautiful place. When I only a couple of decades ago, 2 or 3 decades ago, I was a little kid, and I used to give my mum a kiss, and I used to run out to the park, and I had my little secret dens everywhere. I was telling a friend this the other day. I said, because she said to me, tell me a story, tell me something about yourself. And I said, okay. I said, what springs to mind is when I was a little boy, I was probably about 8 years old. All the children used to play in Greenhead Park. Loads of kids, football, outings. We used to all play. Never a worry, never a fear, because there wasn't fear and there wasn't worry. It wasn't there then. So kids were free. And now, if the same child and mother allowed that to happen, well, she'd have a child taken off her by the criminal social services. These crazy mafia type companies, businesses, because they are businesses. They're not their welfare. They're there to take children off beautiful families, and it happens. We're seeing it more and more. But yeah, anyway, going back to it, we were free. And I remember exploring the park, and one day I found my way in this bush, and these bushes were all over the park. They were massive. But through the bush, there was at one time there was a boating lake, probably 100 years before, and that had gone now, and it was a walkway, but just there was like a tower, and at the back of the tower there were these bushes, but they were all attached to the tower and around it. And I used to walk through and get through all the bushes, and then there was like a little opening, and basically this opening would just allow me to sit there, and just below me people used to stand there and talk, and literally only a few feet, because I'm here and I'm giggling, right, listening to conversations, right, thinking they can't see me, because you can't see, it's all bushes. But they're stood here, and I'm basically here, right? And it's funny, but I used to spend literally hours with an apple or with whatever. I'd been apple picking from Dr. Niven's garden. We used to go and I can't remember what the name is, but we used to pick apples from his garden, and the gardener used to run after us. It was fun. I mean, we're just eating an apple, for God's sake, leave us alone. But there was apples, crab apples, pears. So I used to grab a load, and in my garden, I used to get a lot of raspberries. I love raspberries, and some tomatoes, and I'd put them in like a little bag, and I'd go there and sit there and just basically wait for people to come. And I wasn't a nosy kid, but I found conversations fascinating. And I learned so much as a 8, 9, 10-year-old through the years of listening to all these conversations about love, about anger, about all sorts. And my friend said, wow, that actually must have been your training to become a psychic and to be able to help people. And I said, you know what? I never, ever thought about that. But you're right, because I was listening to reality, people's reality. At school, we were just brainwashed, being told what to think. But I was listening to true reality. And funnily, as a kid, as I was listening to these conversations, I look back now at being 8, 9 years old, and I felt like I just wanted to go down and hug certain people. And there were one particular girl, she must have been only 22 years old. She used to walk past often, and for some reason, I don't think she knew, but she used to stand right where I was and start crying and then talk about her love of another man. And he used to cheat on her, and she used to just talk about him and say things as if she was talking to the spirit world. And I remember one time I was really, really heartbroken for her, and I could actually feel my own tears when she was talking about the suffering and how she wanted to take her life. But that was just one of many conversations. People used to walk past and talk about many different things. So that was a really interesting part of my life. The park was basically my teacher. And when I say park, we just name it that. What it is Mother Nature. I was out in the Mother Earth, her beautiful trees and branches and leaves, and I was within that energy. And I learned so much, not only from people, but from the stillness and being in there and being healed and my thoughts and feelings. And I guess today is a great day to leave you with this message, and that is, we don't spend enough time in Mother Nature. We spend so much time in concrete. The world has been basically concrete, or it's been concreted everywhere. It's concreted, and although Mother Earth has the power to still feed us with her energy, I think the most refreshing, the most purest form of healing ourselves, to bring balance back, is to go out into Mother Nature and bring a beautiful Tack Tight with you. I'm really buzzing at the moment with Tack Tights. I've been working on these Tack Tights here in hand, because they work hand in hand with, they are gorgeous. And I've worked on them individually, and I'm nearly finished with them now. I think I've got another 15 to go. But they're just super amazing. They're super beautiful. I can't say enough about them because I love them and they work so well. I've just taken mine off actually. They're the Tack Tights. There's something so unique about Tack Tight, like Moldavite, but they're more an absorber. They're the only crystal that I feel absorbs negative energy. So it's like, a lot of people say, I can't get out into Mother Nature, and what do? And I say, well, a Tack Tight really absorbs the negative energy, and that's why I love them, and that's why I hunt them down, and they're becoming more and more difficult to get now. But yeah, going into Mother Nature is like wearing a Tack Tight, and if you wear the Tack Tight and go into Mother Nature, it's a double whammy. It's amazing. And the downloads you can get, the information you can get through your day-to-day blocks. You know, like you're really trying to maybe write a book and you've got writer's block. You're trying to find your path, but you don't know where you're going. You're trying to heal yourself from a family member because they've hurt you. You're trying to understand why a partner's done what they've done. You're trying to understand your family being the way they are. You're trying to understand yourself. All of these things can be found in Mother Nature if you take your shoes and socks off and put them on the earth for 15 and 20 minutes and close your eyes and stop trying to think about anything but just be in the stillness. You'll be absolutely blown away what happens. And it might not be in those 20 minutes, because those 20 minutes may be the most powerful 20 minutes of your life to absorb all the negative energy and all the negative thoughts and feelings, to then you walk away, and then all of a sudden through the day or the following day or the week, all of a sudden you start to then feel the truth, and all of a sudden you hear the truth, and all of a sudden you become your truth. So You know, I've said to you time and time again, if I cut you across the arm and you start bleeding really badly, and I said to you, please help me, I'd say, you know, you'd say to me, oh my God, I'm bleeding. I need to go and get it fixed, and I need it to heal. So I need to get it stitched first. I need to get it cleaned and stitched, and then I need to rest it. And then when it's rested, I'll give you all my love and healing, because I can't fix you if I'm not fixed myself. And maybe at this moment you are the scar that's bleeding. You are the cut at the moment that's bleeding, but you don't see it. But yet I do. And my signs that I see with you is because you're maybe unbalanced, you're feeling sad, upset, you're not feeling like, you're feeling confused. Well, that's just like being cut and you're bleeding. And thus you have to heal from that. And whether it's a Tack Tight, whether it's a crystal, whether it's cleansing your body with, beautiful natural juices, whether it's keeping away from sugars, giving your body a rest from meats, whether it's exercising, going to exercise, whether it's walking in Mother Nature, whether it's meditating, whether it's Ajahns mantras at the moment, which are amazing, whether it's the oils that you use from around the world or from me that you've got, all of these things heal away the cut that most of us have always got bleeding. And once the cut has healed, once you feel better and you feel okay, and actually I feel okay, only then really should we look upon helping others. Because you know what? There's nothing worse for me if I'm feeling down and I'm looking at somebody else who is also feeling down, who looks at me and says, oh, I need to help you. I say, no, don't do that. Don't. We both need to heal ourselves. You need to heal yourself and I need to heal myself. Stop trying to heal me, because you need healing as well. So if I'm taking your healing, I'm abusing you. So don't do that. And that's a respect that we all must cherish from one another. If somebody's coming to give you healing, it's because they're 100% strong. And you know that when they're giving you this healing, you know they're strong and they're happy. And you know in your heart that if it was the other way around, you would do the same. So I believe respect and just being aware of people who want to heal you, who may be in a bad place themselves, is part of the Pure Energy Healing Academy foundations of understanding that you should never accept healing from somebody who is in a bad place, because it never works and both of you become even more ill and sad. So reach out to the people who are 100%, you know. Because when I'm 100%, I make these videos for you guys. When I'm 50%, I need to heal. I need to get this stitched up. I need to clean it. I need to feel good. Okay, now I'm here. And it's not about showing you the sad part of myself, not showing you the sad part of myself when I'm down, because there were times that I felt down and I did a video. But actually, what does that prove? Well, it proves Mark's normal and he gets down. But I don't want you to wallow in that, because then that might make you feel it might send out a signal that it's okay to feel down. And it isn't okay in a sense to feel down, but it is okay. What I meant to say was, it's not okay to share all the time. You know what? When you're down, what you should be doing is healing yourself and then saying to everybody, didn't feel too good the other week, so I worked on myself. I didn't do a video because actually I needed to work on myself. So I hope that makes sense when I say that. So it often occurs to me that our signs, Mother Nature, our animal kingdom, show these things to us. So when we're not feeling well, when we're feeling maybe physically ill even, what does a dog do? What does your animal do? It goes and sits in a corner, rests, doesn't come and run and play with you. It goes and rests till it's better. It drinks lots of water and it rests. It doesn't eat food, it rests. It fasts. Your doggy, your animal kingdom fasts. They fast. And that is so important that we should understand. By watching our animal kingdom, because animals have souls, they know. They know because they listen to the instinct. And we have forgot all of that. And we just run to the pharmaceutical industry and our doctors as fast as we can and want a pill to be better. You know, I feel sick. Give me a pill not to feel sick. Well, actually, you feel sick because your body's rejecting whatever's in your body, so let it come out, you know, like a dog does. It chews grass to be sick and get out the poison in the body. And we suppress everything by running to the pharmaceutical industry, the doctors, when we should be allowing our body, our beautiful, powerful, healing body, to allow the healing to take place, and we should honor that. But we should also honor the same with our emotions, right? We should let that vent. We should clear it from our body. We should heal and get into Mother Nature. So today's a great day, and I know it's not a huge topic of anything particular, but I hope you enjoyed it today. So I think today I'm going to have a day with my daughter, China, because she's soon leaving the country and I won't see her for 6 months. So I'm meeting her in half an hour, which will be lovely. And I'm going to go into Mother Nature. I think we're going to go for a walk up the mountain, and we're going to go and see where we place the ashes of Dennis. And I planted an aloe vera plant underneath, you know, so we, you know, like we go back into earth, back into Mother Nature. I think that's lovely. I want to go back into earth, to Mother Nature. I don't want to be made into a diamond ring. Just put me back into nature. Don't spend a fortune. Don't buy one of them silly caskets. Don't spend that. But just put me into Mother Nature. And put a plant over me. Let me become a tree. I want to be a tree. Sorry guys, I'm off on one today. I'm feeling happy today, so yeah, okay. That's it. Okay, let's read an angel card to say goodbye as a final bye-bye. Oh, look, there's one sticking out there. That must be for us. Look, there's one in there which shouldn't be in there, so that must be the card. Okay. Yeah, it is. It's definitely my card. We're doing moving at the moment, so this is Angel of Moving. I think we've had this card before. Today I bring you a wonderful news of a possible new move. Sorry, I need glasses these days. No, I don't. That's wrong. I don't need glasses. I'm just saying it because I was brainwashed to say it. I need carrot juice. That's because my juicer broke down. Okay, I'll start again. Today I bring you wonderful news of a possible new move on your horizon. Whether this move takes you to a new home or a new place of work, I am here to help you move forward. Thank you! Could do with some helpers. Take time. Oh, the time could not be more perfect. A new beginning, a new energy, and a new happiness awaits you. Take this leap of faith and trust that no matter which path you take, they all shine brightly and will lead you to the very same happy ending. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I needed that. Thanks. Yeah, we're doing some transitions, some moving at the moment, of new premises where we'll be also working from, because Bajerski.com is growing slightly. It's becoming amazing. We're having to adapt everything and make it even more beautiful, but at the same time I want to keep it as natural and as cozy and as beautiful as possible. So only I can do that, you see, so that's why I've been doing it all myself. everything that I do is by my own hands and my own. You know, when you work with your own energy and work with that, then you know everything that you've done is right for you, and that keeps the energy correct with the crystals, with the incense, with the oils, and with everything that I work with. Even my packaging, everything has to fit right, feel right, and that's what makes it special. It makes it a family-run business, and yeah, it's great. I love it. One little family, but we're growing slightly, which is great, but I want to still keep it like this. So we do our best every day, guys. As a final note, we wrap with love, we work with the crystals with love. It is challenging at times when you guys expect things straight away. We can't do anything about that, but many people are now saying the delivery is getting better. Well, we're not really doing much different, but hopefully the chaos is growing too, and they're becoming more efficient. So everything is great, everything looks great. We're getting so many messages of thank you. So I want to say on a final note, thank you for trusting in markbajerski.com and my crystals. Thank you for trusting in me. Thank you for trusting in everything that I do and work with every day and night. Like last night, I worked on 32 crystals through the night. I think I fell asleep at 3:45. So I don't stop. Through the day I work and through the night I work. But saying that, it's a labor of love. When I'm working with crystals through the night and literally fall asleep with them, it's the most divine feeling in the world. I don't do it as work, I do it as love. And what is more evident to me is the amount of messages of people saying, this crystal changed my life. And I've got a beautiful, I'm not really into it, but I've got a beautiful place where I put all the messages, and the little folder is called Love and Light. And I put them all there, and I said one day when I retire, if I ever do, I'm going to look at every one of those messages and realize that by doing the work, by doing the love and putting energy into crystals, it did make a difference. And if you have a crystal that you've bought from a shop, just one night, make an effort, sit down before you go to sleep. Okay, so this is how I do it. I just sit down with however many crystals I've got, whether it's 1 or 2 or 10, whatever, and I sit with them. And I just simply be and allow this universal flow to come into the crystals. The universal flow is that spirit world gives energy, and you channel that energy into the crystal, and you just sit there and allow this feeling. It's amazing. 1 minute becomes 2 hours, 3 hours, and then all of a sudden you'll do this and fall asleep. And I'm telling you, it's the most healing medication you can give yourself before you go to sleep. And it's amazing because most people, this is what makes me laugh, most people say they can't sleep. You know what? If I couldn't sleep, I'd be working more with crystals. Gives me more time with crystals. So here's a tip. If you suffer with insomnia, grab some crystals and say, I'm going to do some healing with them. Close your eyes, and if you're not going to be able to sleep, then you know what? You might as well do something wonderful, right? Instead of fighting all night. So lie in bed, hold the crystals and work with them. And I'll tell you what, the insomnia will disappear and you will fall asleep. Okay, guys, that's all the tips I've got today. That's all the love I've got today. I've got a lot more, but I need to channel it into the crystals. Have a great day from my heart to yours. Thank you for buying your crystals at markbajerski.com. Thank you for going over to Mark Bajerski Crystals YouTube channel. I'm just about to do a video now on there to say what I'm gonna, I don't know, I'll figure out which crystal I need. I've got 6 crystals that I want to talk about. I'm going to do one right now, so I'm going to nip over there now and do a beautiful video on a certain crystal that I love very much. Come over and say hello. See you later, guys. Take care.